And so when we seek freedom, there's often an idea or an attempt to get rid of thinking, to get rid of uncomfortable or unwelcome emotions or feelings, to get rid of discomfort or pain in the body. So often we have the idea that freedom is a state that is empty or devoid of experience. But just as the ocean cannot erase wave activity, because wave activity is integral to the ocean, so we too cannot erase our experience. Freedom is not found in attempting to change, reject, or create that which appears as the content of our experience. It's a futile attempt, looking in the wrong direction. Freedom is the revelation, recognition of that which does not change, that which is always here, simply obscured by our focus on the content of our experience. So to examine that which does not change is not an intellectual examination. It's not an intellectual exercise. It's an invitation to direct experience, to directly experience what is more intimate, what is more ever present, what is closer to you, and unchanging, has always been with you, has never left you, has never abandoned you, and has never changed its essential nature. To examine that, again, not intellectually or conceptually, but through direct experience. And this we can do in many ways. There's no set formula. There's no set method. So what's offered here are those many ways. Sometimes spoken in this way, sometimes the invitation comes in a slightly different way. And we can call it beingness. We can also call it awareness. We can also call it openness. There are many names for that which really can't be named. And this doesn't require us to withdraw from life. It doesn't require us to achieve a certain state of consciousness. And it doesn't require us to have been a spiritual practitioner for decades, nor to practice some kind of spiritual technique for hours a day. This that is the foundation of freedom, or the doorway to freedom, is always available to you in the midst of everyday life, and perhaps more potently during moments of stillness, whether we call that meditation or simply sitting or resting. To really recognize that the awareness within which everything appears, and I say within which because not only is awareness aware of the content of experience, because awareness has the capacity to focus in, but awareness is also that which doesn't focus in. That's when it gets, the word beingness may come closer to that. Yeah, it's that which doesn't focus in. It's both the open space, it like the backdrop that's always here. It's also that which can focus on the detail that is playing itself out on that backdrop. It's both. Awareness is not limited by who you are. It's not limited by personality or biography or age or gender or culture or education or belief. It has nothing to do with any of that. So we can gradually, if you like, point to that recognition through dialogue, through inquiry, through meditation, and start to notice in our everyday lives how we may get so locked into the content of our experience that we try to change it so that we feel better, so that we feel more free, that we try to reject it so that we don't have to feel anything that we think is an impediment to that freedom. Or we may try to hold on to it because we think we've achieved something that is freedom or peace. And all of that is an impediment to the recognition of that which is free of all experience, and yet does not reject any experience. It's already free. This that you already are, this backdrop, which in some ways is not so accurate to say, but it's just a way of describing that which within which everything appears. But it's not really the backdrop. It's so intimate with everything. It's one with everything. It's one with your experience. But in order to recognize that, it's almost that we recognize the backdrop, that which is always here, that which is unchanging. Yeah, to recognize that in the midst of that which is not welcome or that which is very welcome. This is a kind of practice. It's also a willingness. It's the willingness to recognize that which is already free. If you really seek, if you truly seek freedom from the tyranny of the ego self, the separate self, the me identity, then it's not going to be found through achieving any higher consciousness or exalted state. It's to be found right here in this way. And in this way, the light of being starts to imbue and infuse your life so that your life becomes no longer a burden to you, a problem to you. And all experiences take place, just like all waves take place in the ocean. But that which you are is not identified, is not deriving its identity from those waves, because all waves are impermanent. Each individual wave is impermanent. It is simply a movement within the ocean.